Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm Duke Silver. Today we're going to be playing Mask. Mask is one of my favorite heroes to play, and yeah, this is basically like the most optimal version of like your kind of mask targets, anyways. So yeah, let's go through this here. We start with a pretty mediocre shop. We took a sure shot into a Genie's Wish, which gave us a free roll, which gave us a shop that is not all that exciting. So we're just gonna have to take one of these twos. Definitely not the Happy Little Tree. I'm generally only happy to take Happy Little Tree on 2.0, and even then, I try and steer clear of it. And unfortunately, the Share Bear setup here is going to be very good against us, so we're going to take some damage. Okay, so we get a shop that has a Mim though, which is nice. The Minotaur in the back with the Mim allows it to battle a little bit, which I'm a fan of. We could also take this free roll and just try and hit something else rather than take one of these, and that's what we're going to do. So we take a Black Cat here, which is pretty much exactly what we wanted to hit. We still have 1 gold left, so we can take a roll and just see if we get a really good shop. It's okay with another Black Cat, but not enough for me to lock it going into 3 anyways, I don't think. We do take some more damage once again from this Pied Piper. But we get rewarded for not locking with a Queen of Hearts here. We're gonna be able to. We're gonna sell this sure shot for this Spellweaver before we cast our first stream here, and yeah, we hit skip, which of course is like the ideal first stream target as Mask. That's pretty standard. Everyone is pretty much on board with that idea. But yeah, the second dream could be any number of things, but I do think Zelhua is the best hit for the next stream, and I guess slight spoiler alert, but that's what we are going to turn into here. We're just going to pick up a couple 3s first, and then yeah, we get to get Zelhua. Gwen's also a good one. I mean, having that knighthood can give you a really good power spike, but since we're 2 XP up, we're on 4 here. Like getting Zel to immediately start getting a discount on all the characters in the shops is great. So yeah, we are going to get a tie here, which is fine. We don't knock their daggers off, but we don't lose any HP either. We did lock this experience spell as well, though. And it's just kind of a matter of like what we want to take here. We can, like, it's 3.2. We should be able to win this with this XP. I mean, if we come up against like an average board, anyways. So yeah, we're gonna take this other Spellweaver. So we're gonna have to sell something. I think we're gonna sell the Mim here, as we do have the support, which we are gonna support our newly bought Spellweaver here. Just because, like, I mean, a 2 power range just doesn't really do anything, but it looks like Sphinx bought experience as well, and they have found at least 1 level 4 dwarf, and their crafty is really putting in work here. Another opponent with daggers. We are not going to tie them this time though, unfortunately, so we take a pretty big hit. But we are on 5. We're up 3 XP now, so we can start buying 5s for 3 gold, which is fantastic. We bought a Lancelot. I mean, it's 4.0 right now, so like a 9/9 Lance should be able to slay. We're gonna buy this Queen of, or not, sorry, not this Queen of Hearts, this Lady of the Lake. The Queen of Hearts pair is kind of tempting as well, but the Lady of the Lake gets Lance kind of going towards that 25 that we need to hit. The health is a little bit harder to hit than the attack, but I mean, it still gets us going anyways. If we can get a Slay or 2 in the next couple combats, then a Queen's Grace can probably get us there. Unfortunately for us, their entire board is unslayable for our 9 power Lance. They do have an Ivory Owl, so their whole board would have been within our 9 power breakpoint range for Lance there, but unfortunately for us, that early Ivory Owl on the pants on 4.0 was like just put their entire front line just out of reach, so really unfortunate there. I was gonna take the Nian there, because of course investing in cheap Nians is great, but we decided to see a couple of 6s instead this early. We're on 4.1 now, so a Bearstein plus an Echo Wood is a pretty good pickup, especially since we have the big pigs already. Unfortunately for us, we immediately get our Bearstein scammed, as well as our Echo Wood gets taken out by a dragon there. We are going to win the fight still, but I felt a little bit unfortunate. But Again, we won the fight, so so not so bad. We don't get any slays with our lance in the past couple turns, which is again a bit unfortunate. So it's pretty much time to give up on lance, I think. Especially since we don't really have any reliable ways to keep boosting it right now. So yeah, basically we just kind of want to find summons at the moment. Like we don't necessarily want to be summons long term. But I mean, it's just such a good power spike right now, so that's kind of why we're investing at the moment. And as Zelhua, that you can kind of do that. You can speculate in a couple different directions as Zelhua, just because like all your characters are so cheap, so you don't have to be nearly as picky with your units. It's a pretty decently sized water wraith there. Fortunately for us, we did pick up a level 3 treasure, which gave us sarcophagus, which allowed us to get some really good strength onto our board here. There's another Queen of Hearts, which we might take the pair here. There's also a Robin Wood, which is a really solid 5. I mean, we're on 6 now, so we can roll down and just look for 6s, and that's what we're going to do. We took the 3 pair. And there's an Ashwood. We do have an Echo Wood, so if we can, like I said, we can speculate on a few different lines. So we're gonna take this this Ashwood, and also another Echo Wood. And yeah, we're gonna go for a Mix-a-Wizzle on Nian, and it does turn into Echo Wood, which is pretty fortunate for us because we get the level 6 triple here. We lose our Nian, of course, but that's fine. We get a Singing Sword out of it, and it goes really well with these animal summons and Bearstein. Gonna just add a ton of power to our board. And not to mention, like the Bearstein stats from the summons is just doing a ton of work with this Golden Echo as well. We locked up a Sultak because I mean, like we are summons right now, so we want to protect the Bearstein. That's kind of where most of our stats are coming from right now. So there's also another Echo Wood here, which I think we are going to buy. It's a little bit awkward, but I mean, with all these summons again, I think it's fine. We could have sold down an Evil Twin the Bearstein, but again, I don't think that's where I want to be long term. Like we are going to keep this Ashwood, and we're going to basically hope to hit some amount of trees, and then make a transition at some point. Alright, we don't get any board space, or we lose board space on the on our board with them attacking directly into our big pigs, which is unfortunate. We just lose some summon value that way. And yeah, the Celestial Tiger sarcophagus is just a little bit too much for us. Unfortunately, they take out the Sultak super early, and then Bearstein just took a lot of hits immediately, and the size of their range characters was just a bit much for us. We did get to 6 super early, but yeah, opponents are very, very strong. Pick up a couple more pigs here, and there's a level 5 treasure. We got Summoning Portal. We could just take Summoning Portal and be summons right now, but yeah, like the way these fights have gone have made me really not want to be summons. Especially like, I mean, I just think summons is just kind of weak in general. It's so easily scammed, so we have to play the Sultak. But also there's a Burnbeard in this shop, so I think we're just gonna say no to summons. We're gonna get out of them, and we're gonna pick up this Burnbeard, and we find another Ashwood, and we've already got the Echo Woods going, so we just immediately transition into a legit tree comp here. And yeah, you can see we've got opponent has decided to be Bearstein here. They've got a few more summons than we did. The Time Flies and a Princess Peep as well. They're still playing the Vulture, which I suppose it's not even quite level 6 yet, so that makes a lot of sense. Fortunately for us, our Bearstein didn't die, so we get some more stats out of our big pigs here. Which, I mean, we are playing our pigs for at least for now. We've got a little bit of Bearstein left. Our board isn't completely trees quite yet. We could have brought in Sultak, but then we're kind of playing just a random summon unit, which is good with Singing Sword, but it still felt a little bit awkward. I felt like we were going to get more out of some summon stats compared to having just an extra Sultak. Anyways, all right, now we're out of Bearstein. We're just going to sell it. We're going to take our Green Knight here. We can support our double Ashwood. We're going to take a health bot because our health is running pretty low. We were at 10, up to 11 now. Could make the difference, especially against Peter Pants. Peter Pants can't do a ton of damage, so just having 1 or 2 extra health can make the difference a lot of the time against Peter Pants. We just cast some stats onto our Echo Wood there, and we get a second Burn Beard, and we'll see if we have enough stats now. Opponent has added a Crystal Ball to their treasures here, and as well as their Ivory Owl. They've got a lot of stats, especially for not having any spell cost reduction with the Crystal Ball, but not quite enough to deal with our double Echo Wood backline here. I think we're going to fire off this Pigomorph. I mean, we're at 11, like, we're not feeling super secure about our spot. And fortunately, because we're Zelhua, like, I mean, we can spend that gold and still have enough gold to buy a couple things on our turn here. So, you know, just like buying random Pigomorphs is a little less risky than it would be normally, especially when you need to buy a bunch of stuff for your board. We got our Burn Beard triple. We did take an Ivory Owl over a Mimic here. I mean, Ivory Owl is going to add a ton of stats. It's going to give that initial stats to our Echo, as well as just keep scaling up our Ashwoods, which is just going to further increase the size of our Echoes by putting more stats on Burn Beard. So it all kind of works together, and yeah, Ivory Owl adds up. Ivory Owl adds up very, very quickly on a board like this, especially since we plan on keeping like 99% of these units anyways, outside of the pigs. We plan on keeping the rest of them permanently. We get to pick up another Green Knight here, another potential level 6 triple. And we are going to triple it with an Evil Twin here. And there's a Mimic. So we don't need the Singing Sword anymore, so we're just going to replace that. We would rather keep the staff around. The staff on Zelhua is just like, it's too good to be passing up now. We still have a lot of trees that we could buy. We can triple our Ashwood and find another Echo Wood or another Burn Beard as well. Those would be great pickups. Here's that Tiger with the double sarcophagus. No surprise they moved into Pumpkin here. They do steal our Ashwood. Fortunately, it's not that big, but it isn't enough to trade with our Burn Beard. But they finally just get through our backline here, and now they have to deal with our Echo Woods, and yeah, just a little bit too much for them to handle here. So we knock them down to 3. Alright, Peter Pants once again. Again, they only had the Crystal Ball. They had no hat last time. It looks like they lost their last fight, or at least a fight since we last fought them. We're not going to bother with Pandora's Box. There's a few different hits that are not so great for us. Like, obviously, Round Table would be incredible. Holy Grail might even be a little bit late, but it would still be good. But we're going to go with the Mimic Wand here. Allows us to just, like, triple cast a spell, and there's a spell we were happy to triple cast. Not to mention another Green Knight that we get to add to our board here, increasing the stats on our Ashwood. Knock Peter Pants out, and we get to triple cast our Pigomorph here. So I mean, we beat Tiger pretty handily last time, so I feel pretty confident about our spot here. Considering just buying this Ashwood, I think we're going to. It's a little better than the Apple Tree anyways. I mean, like, it's going to have so much power that having Get Attacked into is going to be an instant kill anyways. This setup is a little bit weird to me. Having Apple Tree, I guess they have the Apple Tree in 1 because it has 0 power, so I guess that makes a little more sense. Okay, we do lose our bigger Echo Wood though, and they are going to get a second and a third attack with their Medusa, but unfortunately for them, it's just not quite enough. Even if they go left, like, we still have our Green Knight in the back, which can take out Medusa there. So we come close to getting scammed, even through the triple Pigomorph, which is kind of wild. But yeah, we end up coming out on top. And yeah, that's like I said, I think that's the best sequence that you can get, like, as far as hero changes go for Mask. Like, you want, like, Skip into Zell is the dream. That's what you go into a Mask game kind of wanting. But I mean, there's of course a lot of different combinations that add up to very, very powerful end games, or powerful combinations of hero powers anyways. But yeah, Let me know what you thought of this. Please leave a like, subscribe, comment, do all that fun stuff that helps the algorithm. I would very, very much appreciate it. And yeah, I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow.